New camera angle for me. Loving it. Here I am in all my glory. Ah! Oh, sorry, Eric. Okay, I've been experimenting with my new new tea mug thing. And so, you know how it just stays hot and you can't even drink it for an hour after you make it if you have the lid on.
Yeah.
So, if you take the lid off, by the way, I just saw, what's this guy, Godzilla?
Yeah.
The atomic breath that you had in the last video?
Yeah.
It was only there for a split second.
Just a split second.
I thought it was going to be an
extended...
like a little cool 5-second thing. It was so fast, I'm like, was it there?
Yeah, just a little quick.
We need to rethink that thing a little bit.
All right. So you keep the lid off, you brew it, you wake up at 3 a.m, you brew your tea, you go back to bed.
Well, what I found is that if I brew it like about a half hour ahead of time and leave it sitting with the lid off and then put the lid back on, it still stays nice and hot, but it's drinkable.
That's good.
Yeah. So it's been about a half hour, so I'm going to stick the lid back on. Ah, there we are. You know what the weird thing is? When the lid, you can't blow on it. You always want to blow on it, You're sitting here going, and you go, oh, the lid's on.
The lid's on.
You bonehead.
It's all psychological. It's cooling off. Just keep blowing on that lid.
It's still hot, buddy, let me tell you.
What do you got going today? What kind of tea?
Woo! Today I did, it's becoming my favorite, is the green and white.
Okay.
One of each.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at today.
With your honey.
Black screen. Did you put something on the? Did you make a little note on tell the people, hey guys, sorry again, we got a little black screen problem for a couple seconds?
I didn't. Do you want me to?
Yeah, I don't think it. Well, if you want to, I thought you would just do it, just because.
I was hoping not to call attention to it, but
well,
I could.
I mean, it's right there, so.
I know. I know. I have my editing program set for auto update, and it could have been something with that because our last episode, the one I think you checked out behind the scenes, right? You were able to go in and watch it.
Yeah.
There's no black on that one.
Right.
So maybe there was an auto update or something, but I said I would look into it, and I couldn't find anything, and hopefully that was it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a couple things I want to talk to you about that we don't really need to talk about on camera, but one of them was a black screen.
Yeah.
So if you want to make a comment, you can. If you don't, you don't.
Okay.
You don't have to.
Yeah, I'll go in later and do that.
Okay. All right. Well, welcome.
Welcome
to GoManDo.
GoManDo Everyday Moments Podcast.
Let me tell you something, Eric. I was up in arms last week. You remember?
Yeah, I remember.
The reason I was up in arms because I had no continuity.
That's right.
I don't even want to try to explain it, but when we film these things early, and then time goes by, and then they're posted, and then we're doing the filming for the next one, but time has already gone by where they've seen that one. The people have seen the one, and so I'm talking two back at this time if I'm talking, because I hadn't been able to see the most recent one.
That's right.
But I was last week, and now I know how to do it, and so I'll be able to do it.
Good deal.
Dude, continuity is everything. I am so happy with this. Is going to get much better from here on in. Look at continuity right here. My first comment was continuity, ! Underline.
Love it.
Yeah, so that was good. And you made a silly comment about my hat I had on last week, my white hat.
You had your bucket hat on.
I had my bucket hat on. And I said to myself, I like my hat.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool.
Yeah, that was your GoManDo.
It was a little different, right?
GoManDo, was that the compass? Or was that the logo?
That was the compass one, yeah, sitting right over there.
Yeah.
I got a comment that somebody liked my Thousand Islands poster behind you.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
That's when I, from Canada to the U.S., the Thousand Islands are the St. Lawrence River.
Very nice.
Yeah. And that's the mouth of Lake Ontario right there.
Nice.
I got a as you know, I was at the library, my local library, and I tried to order the next book in line of the Victor the Assassin series that I'm reading. They couldn't do it because I had because they didn't have it in the States because it was printed over in England because the guy's an English author. So I'm like, no problem. So I bought it on Amazon.
Okay.
I remember I told you the story.
I remember.
Bought the book.
Yeah.
I read the book. Then I took the book and I donated it to my local library, the people that couldn't order it.
Yeah.
So I donated it. About a week later, Eric, I get a text from my library that your book,
I think I know where this is going.
Trader is ready for pickup at the library. Please pick up my... And so they got the book that I donated. For some reason, I was still in there. Like I was trying to order this book. And then, a month later, they sent me this thing. And that is too funny. But here, so that happened. So then I ordered, as I was ordering that book, they said, I can't get it. I said, well, how about the next one? They go, no, we can't get that one either. I'm like, okay. So I read the first one. Then after I read it, I ordered the second one.
Okay.
The second one just came in the mail.
Perfect.
Order from Amazon. It just came in the mail a couple days ago. And I got it right here. And my plan here was to order this, read it, and then just return it and give it and donate it.
Yeah.
Back to the library. So I'll be curious to see if they... But I never actually put this on order yet.
Okay. That's a great example of the left hand not knowing what the right hand's doing.
Isn't that something?
It is.
So that was pretty cool, I thought. But I like that idea of just ordering it, and they were like $12 or something for the book, and then just donating it to the library. But I thought it was funny that they sent me a...
And I love that. That goes into their circulation. It goes on their shelves then.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
The good old library. I love my library. I go there. I'm in that library all the time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's great.
You can order stuff. They got all kinds. It's really, really improved over the years. This library used to, back in the day, dude, back in the day.
Still got to work on that.
Okay, I was going to say,
worry.
that's on my list right here,
Still
Eric.
got to work on that one.
Back in the day, that was a great library. And I don't know what happened, but they got all these elderly ladies in there. And the lady that ran the place, man, she was mean.
Was she?
Mean. And so it was to the point where I started going to a different library. I just didn't even want to go there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was doing that. But now they got a bunch of young girls in there working, and the people are really super nice. And so I go there, and I spend a lot of time in there.
That's good. I remember going to that library when I was in college because that was, I don't know, I think they just had more resources for what I needed when I was researching and writing papers and stuff.
Now, when you were in college, they had redone it, and it made it a bigger building. Was it like that when you went?
Right. It was this. Yeah.
It was this.
One,
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. But that was the place to go. No drink today. I drank it on my way over.
What'd you drink?
Leslie brought me a Biggby. She had to do some running around this morning.
Biggby coffee?
Yep. Brought me the mocha.
How is Biggby?
It's very rich, very creamy, and expensive.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's like $6 for a coffee.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But they're big too.
Yeah.
The small is a 16 ounce.
Wow.
That's a lot of coffee.
Okay, well, you're coffeeed up then.
I'm coffeeed up. I'm juiced up.
Good. I got a note here. I don't know. Do you see what that says?
At first glance, I thought it said mild dementia, Eric. But what does it say? Mild-mannered Eric.
Mild-mannered Eric.
Mild-mannered Eric.
I don't know why I wrote that. I was just thinking about you did something and we were talking. I don't know what it was, and I said, "Oh my God, Eric, he's so mild-mannered." I just wrote it just so I could talk about it and say something.
Well, there we go.
And by the way, I also discovered, and you guys should know this. What am I doing looking over there?
I don't know. That's not your camera.
No, I know.
Stay off of my camera.
You see what this says? I am a tech genius.
Yes. What'd you do?
And I thought I had it all figured out. Okay, I
All
went into our account for YouTube, and I went to the what's the thing on the right? You got to click
The
first.
studio.
I went to studio,
Yeah.
then I went to content,
Yes.
and then I couldn't figure out how to play the video. Double click on the video, and then it would come up, but there was no play button.
Right.
So then, and I would click on the thing over here, and I would click on it. But if you just click on it once, right, and
Yep.
then the play button pops up on the right hand side.
Yep. Click on the title itself, right?
The title
Yep.
itself. See, I wasn't doing that.
Okay.
There's like a little link, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so anyway,
Yeah.
miracle of miracles. I figured that out all by myself.
The behind the scenes of YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have one of those?
I do.
Okay, is this your modem for at home?
Let me see if this is the right. I think this is the one we have. I think this is the newest one. Yeah.
Okay. I got an email from Verizon or from these people, Comcast, Xfinity, right?
Yeah.
And they said you have an upgrade, a free upgrade.
Okay.
So click here and fill this little thing out. So which I did,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think, and then 2 or 3 days later, this showed up on my porch.
Great.
So this just replaces the monstrosity thing that I have right now.
Yes.
Upstairs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
so
do they want that one back, or did they just say?
Yes, you got to send it back.
Send it back.
30 days to get it back to them, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to send it back, or I'm going to take it back because they got an office right there on Eureka Road.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take it back, and while I'm there, those little deals, those little wireless deals that you use for the TV.
Yeah.
I got 3 of those. One upstairs, one here, and one in the bedroom. I want to replace those because they're old.
Okay.
And now with this thing, this is brand new. I thought maybe it would be a good idea while I'm there returning this. I'll take all those 3 things back too.
That's a great idea. Swap them out.
And that's a good idea, right?
Yeah.
And the last time I was there, I asked the lady about it. I said, if I bring my old stuff, she's like, no problem. She said, it's plug and play. Bring it, no charge, no nothing. Don't need an appointment. Just bring it in, and we'll swap it out.
Great.
Okay,
Yeah.
So
good for you.
So this is my new. Can this go underneath the desk upstairs where the current one is, or does this need to be out where?
They prefer those to be out. Yeah, we have ours in a. It's in an awful area. It's in our dining room on top of our banquet thing. But yeah, they like these to be out because this is your wireless signal that comes out of here.
Okay.
They prefer a central point in your house.
Where the heck could I put that thing?
So where's it now? It's upstairs.
I could put it in the living room.
Wouldn't look. That'd be perfect.
And to do this thing, they send you a little deal, and it says scan this thing, and it brings up the instructions. Correct?
It does. Yeah, it'll walk you through it.
Okay. And is it pretty simple?
Mm-hmm.
You did it, right?
I did it
Okay.
many times.
Okay.
Yep. You probably won't even need these because you probably have that coming out of your floor already, or coming out of your wall that your old one's plugged into.
Okay.
You're just gonna swap out. You're just gonna unplug everything and plug this into everything you unplugged.
If I have if I can take the old cord out, I will do so, and I will use this brand new one.
Okay, if you can.
With this thing here.
Yeah.
And I think that's the only cord that you get, right? I don't even know what's in this thing. The heck is this thing? Oh, that's just the power thing. Okay.
That's all you need.
That's it.
That's it.
Let's see if I can hit the. Oh, almost. Eric, you look like you're not all yourself over there because you don't have a coffee in your hand.
Isn't it weird?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not constantly sipping my coffee.
No.
I know.
I don't think I put enough honey in my coffee or my tea because it. I guess it's okay.
Yeah. Just gotta swirl it up a bit.
It's still hot, hot, hot.
Isn't that great?
And it's been a half hour.
Yeah.
I let it sit before you. Yeah. I'm gonna let it sit a little longer.
Yep. I love mine. I really do. That's my favorite.
Okay, what else we got going today?
Oh,
you came walking in with a giant book. What the heck are you doing over there?
I gotta show our friends out there. So, Stephen King's It.
Okay.
All right. This is about 1,500 pages, and I found something online, and it's your October read, and it breaks it down into chunks. Like every day, this is what you should be reading.
Okay. How many pages every day was it, do you think?
So the first day was 17 pages, no big deal. Second day was like 20 pages, no big deal. Day 3, over 100 pages.
Okay.
And then it goes, it 40, 30, 20. But I think they're going to sneak in a couple hundred pages in there. But the goal is to be done with this by October 29th. So you started October 1st, you'll be done by the 29th.
So are you reading that right now?
I'm reading it right now.
Okay. What day are you on?
I'm starting day 4 today.
And how many pages is that going to be?
What was it today?
Did you do 100 pages last night, Eric?
I did. I did. So I am on the first interlude today, which is page 145 to 165. 20 pages. Not bad.
Okay, I wouldn't like that. You know why? I like to read a certain amount of pages.
Yeah.
Like, I generally will read, like last night I started Blood Debt here, okay? My brand new Victor the Assassin guy. And I read right to here. I read right to here. So I read I'm up to page 70, so I read 70 pages last night.
That's great.
And that's generally about where before I get too tired and fall asleep, I read 60 to 80 pages or so.
And that's fantastic.
And sometimes, and if I read less than that, if I only read, for a half hour or something, it's just not making me.
Yeah. But you end on a chapter, right? You end at a natural break.
I always end on a natural break.
That's good.
And then sometimes if I'm really into the book and I'm not tired and I can keep reading and I won't, fall asleep and let the book hit me in the face, I'll read 100 pages or so. But I'm generally right around 70, 80 pages or so.
That's really good.
Yeah. So if I were to have to read only 17 pages.
You'd keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I will too. If I get to the end and I want to keep
or
going,
I would do 1 and 2 together or something like that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's probably what I'll do too, because I really want to get through this by October 29th. I told all my students.
Did you read that?
This is my second read through. Yeah. The first one was an audiobook, so this is my first one, eyes to paper.
Okay, this book is the one that started me on my rant with Stephen King.
Oh, because because
the wonderful characters, the amazing story, so much draws you right in.
Absolutely.
And then at the end, it just gets ridiculous.
It really does.
And that specific book right there.
Yeah. No, I know. But the character development.
Oh, I know.
The world building. Oh my God, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite books.
What was the one where the kid, the young kid, with the dog and the old lady, and he would help him with his lawn, and the old man, and the old man died.
Yes. Oh man.
And he had that shed, and he could go into the shed, and then you would end up in a different world.
Oh wait, maybe we're thinking a different book. Okay, first I was thinking.
I read it a few years ago. I forget the name of it, but man, that was you're talking about character development and all that stuff. It was wonderful, and then it just got so weird. It was a different, a different world and a different this and that. It was just. So your
first one reminded me of Mr. Harrigan.
He was going there because if he went to a certain thing, he could make you could live another 100 years or something.
Oh man!
Or you could extend your life. And he was taking his dog because his dog was getting sick.
Huh.
Remember, they had to trek through this whole country or this whole other world to get to this certain thing where he got on it, and then his dog would become. Do you remember that?
No, I don't think I read that one.
Dude, that's a great one.
Man, now it's like I got 3 of his books in mind because it's like 3 different elements. It's
okay. How do I?
So I'm thinking part Dark Tower because we have Oi, which is kind of a dog. Part Mr. Harrigan's something or other.
What is the Stephen King book where the boy takes his dog to extend his life? Fairy Tale.
Fairy Tale. I've never read Fairy Tale.
Dude, it's awesome.
Yeah. I'll have to check it out.
It's weird at the end, of course.
Of course.
Stephen King.
Yeah.
But great story.
Oh, good.
And Charlie Reed, that's the kid's name.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
Read the little synopsis there, Eric.
Stephen King book. Okay, Fairy Tale, where a boy named Charlie Reed discovers a hidden world and learns that his neighbor's aging dog Radar will die. Charlie then undertakes a dangerous quest into this other world to find a way to save Radar's life, which becomes intertwined with saving the world itself. Intriguing.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Story. Radar. That was the
Radar.
dog. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that sounds really good.
And he's got to fight monsters and all kinds of weird shit
cool.
when he gets to this other world to get to the place where he can save Radar and all that stuff.
Jeez. And that was written in 22.
22, yeah.
22.
Good job, dude. All right, so that's the name of that one. That was good, but when you brought that out, it just reminded me of that.
Yeah. So you got a book you're working on. I got a book I'm working on. This is great.
And I got to find out the next. This is almost over. This particular book right here is like number 12 in the series.
Okay.
And this was written in 2023, so I'm getting to the end here. In the last series I was reading, who's that series by, what's that guy's name? Mark Greaney. What's the hero's name? Do you remember? Remember that guy's name?
That's not the Orphan
Book
X,
series by Mark Greaney.
Is that your Orphan X series?
No, it's The Gray Man.
Gray Man.
The Gray Man's got a because I read that whole series. It was like 15 books.
Wow.
And there's a brand new one coming out.
That's great.
Yeah, so I got to get that ordered from the library.
Cool.
That'll be fun. Okay, I got a note up here. Oh, this is why you reminded me of. This is why I wrote mild-mannered Eric. Look at this other note I wrote to myself. Atomic Breath, That was
That was
fast.
fast.
You dog. Oh my God. All right. You remember the problem that I was having with my emails?
Mm-hmm. Getting a million?
Getting a million from the same server, same whatever that is.
Yeah.
Those, I was getting like 80 a day.
Yeah.
For a few days there, and then all of a sudden, boom!
They stopped.
They stopped.
Okay, good.
It went down to like 20, then it went down to like 15 the next day, and then it went down to 1 or 2, and now they're gone.
Ooh, good.
And I was getting tons and tons of calls on my celly.
That's right. You said it was just blowing up every 4 minutes or so.
Eric, that never stopped. One after another after another. That lasted about 3 days.
Yeah.
And then it completely stopped.
Good.
So I don't know what that's all about, but
I'm glad it's over.
See, this is why I'm happy that we can have continuity in our podcast, because last week we were talking about, and I asked, and I don't think anybody answered, but I asked what crazy Michigan team that you wouldn't think won the national championship last year, and I thought it was Central,
right?
Because you had gone to your family fun day thing,
right? And we were talking hockey, and we thought it was Central.
It's Western. Michigan won the national championship last year, and they're the number 1 rated team this year, or whatever. So I didn't realize that Western Michigan, because it's always Michigan State, U of M, Denver, North Dakota, Boston, all those teams are the teams that are always in the top. And Western, but I guess Western, they're one of the they're one of the dogs, one of the big dogs.
Wow, that's crazy. Not
Central.
No, not Central, and having someone who goes to Central, there's a saying about Western, because they're Western's mascot, the Broncos.
Yeah.
Buck the Broncos.
Now Western's a party school.
They say all this. For a while that was the stereotype for Central. Central's a party school. Western's a party school. State's a party school. If you're a partier, it's a party school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess anywhere you're at, right?
Yeah. And if you're a scholar, it's a scholarly school.
Perfect now.
Perfect.
That little extra bit of honey made all the difference in the world.
I got to tell you, though, when we were touring colleges a few years ago, when she was still in high school, we toured them all. And we went to Western, and the campus was tore up. It was all under construction. I'm sure it's going to look beautiful when it's done, but it was a mess. And then we liked going around campus. Go off campus, check out some restaurants, see what life is like outside of campus. Ooh, it was rough.
Yeah.
It was a rough looking area.
Yeah, Kazoo can be rough a little bit.
So we're like, no. Yeah.
It's got its bad and it's got its...
its bad, it's got its, its college.
I know.
Yeah. So that was...
Central not that way?
Central's in the middle of corn country. It's just all farmland around it, and then they have a nice little...
Like Mount Pleasant's not real big.
No. It was nice. And, everywhere we toured, we get there, and she's like, this is home. This is home.
Yeah.
Cool. She was looking for diversity. She was looking for a place that she could call home for the next 4 years. And she just looked around and she told us, she's like, this feels right.
Cool.
That was nice.
It's good that she knew.
And she knew.
Just like that. You went to the football game. Did they win or lose?
They won. Yeah, we ended up playing Eastern.
Kelly
Shorts Stadium. You asked me what it was called. Okay. Kelly Shorts Stadium.
Okay.
Yeah, they beat Eastern. It wasn't even close.
No,
it was a fun one. Okay. And whenever Central scores, they have a giant cannon, and they have their ROTC guys out there, and they blast the cannon every time they score.
Oh.
And that shockwave hits you. It's so powerful. It's pretty cool.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. I'm feeling it too. I don't know if it's the change in weather, the roller coaster of the hot and cold.
It's me because of this tea.
Is it?
The hot tea.
The hot tea's getting you?
If I eat hot tea or hot food or whatever, my nose is going to run.
Man.
But we're okay.
We're okay. Last week we were talking about, I don't know if it was on camera or off camera, but
we were talking about
Mediterranean restaurant right here.
Yeah.
Just down the street. We went there last night.
Okay.
And it was
the one I suggested?
No, the one that I go to that you said is...
Oh, that I thought was overpriced and ill run?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
and?
Not the best service. Food's delicious. We love the food there. But I realized I don't think I could eat it anymore.
Dude, it was expensive too, yes?
No. So I got a wrap. She got a salad. $16.
Okay, well.
Not bad. But yes, if you get the entrees,
yeah,
it's pretty expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you try my place next, will you?
Give me the name of it again. What was it called?
Sheesh Garden.
Okay.
Right?
I couldn't think of it. I was talking to her. Yeah, I couldn't think of the name. But honestly, I don't think I could eat that anymore. Just the garlic just makes my stomach like feel sour. I just don't feel good after. And then I love it. It tastes so good. But then that garlic is just emanating from me. I just have a reaction to garlic.
Did you do your health check thing?
That is the 9th. It's coming up.
That's next week.
That's next week. My what is it? Integrative medicine appointment. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Did your wife do hers?
Hers is coming up. I want to say this
I thought
coming.
she did hers already.
No. Originally, I thought hers was scheduled after mine, but hers got bumped up before mine. So hers is. I want to say Tuesday. It's coming up soon.
Okay.
Yeah. Integrative medicine.
Well, yours is like Thursday or something.
Yeah, it's the 9th. So Thursday. That is Thursday, because that's parent teacher conference night too.
Yeah. So what are you going to go right from school?
No, it's actually in the morning. So I'm taking the morning off, and then I'm going to go in the afternoon.
All right. You're like Mr. Take Time Off guy. So when you take time off, do they have substitutes that are like right there?
No, I have to schedule it in advance.
You have to do that.
I do. I schedule it all in advance.
What
And
if you're sick and you wake up in the morning and you go, I'm not going to drive to.
as long, and this is crazy, it's our new contract language, as long as I call in sick before 6 a.m.
Oh, my
the day
God.
of before 6 a.m. But I'm up at 5. So if I'm not feeling well, I just call in, and then they
So
have to
for your work stuff, you're a 5 a.m. guy.
I'm a 5 a.m. guy for work. Yeah. This morning I woke up at 7. That was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sleeping in every now and again.
Yep. Just a nice slow morning. I actually made a breakfast this morning. That was nice. But this integrated medicine stuff, it's pretty cool. It's they do conventional medicine with like alternative therapies. So that's why I said they're going to do the whole blood mock up, and
Yeah.
and then they're going to see, if I'm deficient in
Eric,
whatever.
do not let them start selling you a bunch of stuff.
Oh no, that happened last time with her first appointment. They said, okay, here's all the vitamin and mineral complexes. We sell it here and everything. And then we did our own research and found it much, much cheaper.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Do they do surgeries and all that kind of stuff there too?
It's part of Beaumont or Corwell or
Oh, is it
whatever.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's nice. It's part of a big system, and yet they have this, which not a lot of people do.
Which not a lot of doctors like to do, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
nope, it's all legit.
Good.
Yeah. Oh, and then let's back to the whole family fun thing. After that, because you were upset with me because we drove home, right? We spent the day up at Central, and we drove
You
home.
drove there, spent the entire day doing all this stuff, and then drove all the way back home.
Yeah, yeah.
And then your wife's birthday was the next day.
Exactly.
And I said, you should get a hotel. You know where they got great hotels? Midland. There's a couple of really cool places in Midland.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's the Dow Chemical place.
Yeah, and it's not far from.
No, I've stayed in Midland for a conference before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. But no, we ended up coming back, and Leslie's sponsoring a soccer team,
Okay.
and we watched the soccer team play.
You got back in time to see a soccer game?
The soccer game started at 8 p.m.
Oh my God, Eric.
Yeah. Yep. And then we stayed. That's 90 minutes. Well, plus the half.
Yeah.
So
that's a long day.
it's about 2 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was a good day.
Yeah,
It was a really
good.
good day. Yeah.
Good
Yep.
for you.
Yeah.
Did her team winner? Is it little kids? And
No, these are 20 somethings.
oh,
And it's a really nice team too. There are a lot of African refugees on this team, and it's part of the USPL or UPSL, the United Premier Soccer League,
okay.
which is the feeder league into the Detroit Football Club.
And where do they play?
They have their home is in Dearborn Heights.
Is that where you saw the game?
That's where we saw the game. Yep, and that's really nice. They have a couple
Did
banners.
you stop on the way home?
Stopped on the way home.
You didn't come home and go back.
No, we went straight there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And it was nice. They have her logo on their jerseys, her logos on banners in the stands and everything.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yep. They're televised. One of those subscriptions if you're a big soccer, or as our international fans would say, football.
Yeah.
If you're a big football fan, they have
Or as my mom calls it, foosball.
foosball. I think my mom calls it foosball too. Yep. And you can subscribe and watch them online and everything. It's really cool.
Awesome. Yeah, so I wanted to ask you about your health checkups, and we can talk about that next week
Absolutely.
then. And I got a problem here. I've been watching that Blacklist thing. Okay,
Okay.
Eric, it's so annoying watching this
Yeah.
thing. They just, someone will die and then they'll come back, and then it's and that's happened to like 3 or 4 different characters so far, and they just keep dragging you in, and it's all this nonsense, and just keep. It's 10 seasons this thing,
Oh my
and
gosh.
each season is 22 episodes long,
Wow.
so it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So what I've been doing, I thought this was a good idea. You can look in the little synopsis
Mm-hmm.
on Netflix, and you can scroll down and look at each of every one, and then at the end they'll have like if you watch the first one, and then at the end they'll have like conclusion part 1 or conclusion part 2,
Okay.
and so you could watch one and then skip all the other nonsense in between. And I watch some here and there
Yeah.
if it looks interesting, but this thing is so freaking annoying. So I've skipped a lot of stuff, and I'm all the way down to the last season.
Jeez.
So in the last season, all the stuff's going to come to fruition. All the changes, all the stuff, all the questions that are out there are going to be answered.
Let's hope so.
Let's hope so. Hope they don't bring this thing back.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine?
But it's so annoying, this Reddington thing, driving me crazy. I don't know if you guys are watching this Blacklist, but it's nutsy. It'll make you nuts. But I can see how people would sit there and watch this thing and just watch it and binge watch. I can see it happening, but it's so strange and it makes me so nuts. I don't even know if I want. That's why I'm skipping.
I just hope you get a resolution. I hate unresolved stories.
Dude. And if something's resolved, then it changes, and somebody comes back or something. It drive me nuts.
Yeah. Ugh.
Now that's the right temperature right there, bud.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh, this past week I went to a really cool event.
What'd you go to?
The American Cancer Society had a fundraising event on Monday. It was called Taste of Hope event. I think I got the name right. Taste of Hope. And you go in, and it's you see all the researchers and hear about all the research they're doing for the American Cancer Society. But the main event is strolling chefs stations. They had 10 different chefs from restaurants all over the Metro Detroit area.
No kidding. Where was this at?
This was at a place off of Jefferson downtown. I think it was 200 Watson Street. I have no idea what that building's used for, but it's a big, beautiful, secure building right on the water, right on the Riverwalk. And it was obviously decorated. It was a big to-do. But these chef stations, they had little menu placards that told you
Yeah.
what they were preparing.
Yeah.
Each chef prepared 2 dishes.
Like Top Chef.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And it had like all the accoutrements, like, oh, we have a blah 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 sauce, all the fancy stuff.
Right.
And you went around and you just tested everything, and then they give you a poker chip to drop in for like the People's Choice Award.
Yeah.
And they had really, really good chefs from around the
So
area.
why did you end up going to one of these things?
Just fundraising event just for the Cancer Society, and Leslie, part of her business model is to give back to the community and in things that she believes in.
Okay, cool.
And no, it was really
Was she
something.
sponsored? Was her name up somewhere? Or?
Not at this one.
Not at this
No,
one.
that was a golf event she did the very next day. Yeah, the very next day she sponsored a whole little golf course for another the Rehab Institute of Michigan downtown. They're one of their foundations, Reimagine Life Foundation, I think it's called. She sponsored a hole for them. But yeah, it was a really cool event, really
Well, that
good
sounds
food.
like fun. Did you have some good food?
Had some really good food. Out of everything I tried. Okay, so they had a smoked chicken baklava. I love baklava, but it was, imagine like the sweet baklava,
Right,
but
like a dessert.
instead of the sweets, full of smoked chicken.
Yeah.
So you had that crispy pastry.
Wow,
That
cool.
was the first thing I tried, and I was like, oh my gosh, they're gonna get my chip.
Talk about reimagined.
Oh yeah, but I had to like go to every other thing.
Where'd your chip go?
Wild mushroom soup, cream of wild mushroom soup.
Yeah.
At this place, this Italian restaurant out in Clinton Township, and it was delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so good. Yeah. So that was a good night. That was a fun night. We got to get dressed up, and
That's awesome,
yeah,
man.
that was good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you remember that restaurant that used to be on Jefferson over there, the big white house?
Big White House on Jefferson. Yes, yeah, and now it's like a staffing solutions place or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a doctor's or something like that.
yeah.
Yeah. They used to have back in the day.
Back in the day.
They used to have creamy onion soup
Mm,
that was out of this world.
really?
It would knock your socks off. The stuff was fantastic. Did you ever go and have that?
Never. Nope.
Because it sounds just like your creamy mushroom
The
soup.
cream and mushroom soup was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I like a good. Is it a creamy onion or a French onion?
No, it was creamy
Creamy
onion.
onion.
Yeah, it was killer.
Wow, I love a good French onion soup.
I do too.
Yeah, but creamy onion, huh?
Did I ever tell you the story about when French onion soup saved my life?
Nope.
I was coming back from a trip somewhere
Mhm.
on one of those 15-hour flights.
Oh, jeez.
So I got back and I was flying through Liberty International in Newark, New Jersey,
Mm-hmm.
because Singapore Air flies out of there. So what I was doing is I was flying from Detroit to Newark,
Mm-hmm.
2 hour and a half flight, and then I would get on a plane there because Singapore doesn't fly out of here, and they're the best airline going. They're killer. And so then I would spend the night, or do it later that day depending on when the flights were, and I would fly to where I was going. And this time I was coming back, and so I had when you're making your plans for these trips, Eric, everything's 12 hours difference, okay? Because you're going on the other side of the world.
That's right.
So you're got to figure out, you're doing your times, you're doing your flights, you're doing your train, any stuff that you're doing ahead of time on the computer, you got to take all this into consideration. So I had been making all my plans, and so when I came back after a 15-hour flight, I landed in Newark, and they got a little area where the local hotels will pick you up. So I always stay at the Hilton Newark.
Okay.
And so I got out and I went on the bus, and they took me to the hotel, and I got there, and when I landed, I realized it was not 6:30 p.m., it was 6:30 a.m.
Oh, no.
So here I am with a hotel reservation for that night.
Oh, jeez.
So I hop in the little bus, and they take me, and I walk into the lobby, and I said, ma'am, I said, I made a mistake on my flight plans. I said, I'm here. She said, Mr. McMillan, no problem. Here you go. Here's your key. Enjoy. She said, breakfast buffet is over here. Enjoy yourself. Dude, they saved my life. So I went in there, and I went down to the buffet, and then I went back up, and I took a little nap, and then I woke up, and I was like, 12-hour, completely whacked out.
Sure.
Your body's whacked out. So I ordered room service.
Mm-hmm.
I ordered French onion soup from the Hilton, Newark, and a dessert, some kind of dessert to go along with it. Dude, I ate that French onion soup. It was so delicious. It was the best French onion soup I've ever had.
Dang.
That French onion soup saved my life. After that, I laid down. I fell asleep for like 6 or 7 hours. I took the nap of all naps, man. It was amazing. And then I was all ready for the next morning.
Yeah.
Ching, I went out and I got my. It was great.
Oh, man.
But that French onion soup, I'll never forget that place. And I've stayed at that place again after that experience, and it was still good. Do you remember the one thing I did where I was flying? I forget where I was going, but my room there, if you look out, you could see. Oh no, that's not it. I was thinking about New York City. I was in New York City. I don't know what the hell I was doing, but you can see the skyline.
Nice.
The New York City skyline. I think it was from Newark.
Okay, yeah.
I think it was from Newark. And I was in my hotel, at that same hotel, different room this time. And I did a post on it. I did a Facebook. This was before all this stuff that we did.
I remember a post of the
remember that?
skyline. Yeah.
And that was from my hotel room.
Wow.
And you could look and way out in the distance, remember?
I do remember
Across
that.
the tarmacs and all that stuff and the planes, and way out there, you could see the skyline of New York City. But
So
that
cool.
that French onion soup, and I love a good French onion
Me
soup.
too.
Love it. You know what I like?
Hmm.
I like a French onion soup sometimes without the cheese.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I know the cheese,
Yeah.
kind of makes the whole experience. Sometimes I like it with just that broth and just them onions,
Yeah.
and a little bit of croutons in there.
Yes.
Forget the cheese, man. Every now and again, I'll go, can you hold the cheese?
Wow.
They'll look at me like, what the hell?
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you, buddy? Ah,
Good stuff.
good stuff.
One of these days, we're going to get back to New York City. We love that city. Yeah. So we're gonna make it happen sooner than later.
New York City's cool because there's so much to do. There's
Mhm.
so many things to see. You can't possibly do it,
Oh, no.
and so you can keep going back. And the more you go back, the more you learn about it, and I love doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. I would love to live there for a year or two. I know you lived upstate New York, but I would love to live in that city for a year or two because
That would be
everything you
awesome.
need is within a block's
That would be
radius.
awesome, wouldn't
That'd
it?
be so amazing.
But you can't do that nowadays. Well, it's
Yeah.
tough nowadays unless you're, wealthy.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to be rich to live in that city.
Yeah.
And you know who who you could tell are the super wealthy people in New York City? The ones with the dogs. You see people walking the dogs, you're like, okay, you have a big place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's not the owner. That's
And
somebody
then
walking
somebody
their
else
dog.
walking their dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you see the dog walkers with like
Oh
20
my
dogs on
God.
a leader. Oh, great stuff.
All right, so what else we got, Eric? Continuity, baby.
Continuity.
I'm serious, man.
Yeah.
That continuity thing,
It really helps.
life, night and day.
Yeah,
Night and day difference.
good.
You didn't comment on my hat.
I like your hat. I
You
was
like
looking
this
at it.
hat?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try a few different hats.
Ooh,
I've
something to
got
look forward to.
I've got a shitload of hats.
Do you?
I've got tons of hats. I got a nice Syracuse hat. I got all kinds of
Oh,
different.
there we go.
I'll try some different ones.
Do it up.
Yeah.
Every episode a different hat.
Okay.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could do that.
That'll be cool.
I've got several that are like this,
Yeah.
but not this particular one. But I like this particular one because it's simple.
It's simple.
There's no drawstrings. There's no cords around it like the other ones. You'll see them. I'll show you.
Yep, just a nice canvas hat.
This one's just nice and simple. Keep the sun off your neck and off your face and
That's
your
right.
ears. So this, when I go to these tropical places,
Yeah.
like I'm going next month, this will come with me.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. You can roll it up, throw it in a bag if you need to.
Yep. Right on, dude. Okay, what else we got? Anything else?
I don't think so.
Anything else for today?
Let's see. Audience, what would you like us to talk about?
Yeah, you know what? Audience, you guys are kind of pissing me off a little
Oh,
bit.
no.
And I hate to tell you this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Comments.
Yeah. Yeah, we're getting a few more.
Are we?
I've noticed you're responding to some on YouTube.
I responded to that, to the lady that liked the Thousand Islands poster.
And I missed that one, but I think there were a couple others that I saw you respond to.
Yeah, and so comments. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, what you want us to talk about, and all that stuff. And we'd love. Oh, okay. Last week we had 13.5.
Yes.
Did you check for this week?
Oh, did you?
No.
Oh, let's check it out.
Okay,
Right now.
we had 13,500 subscribers last week before we filmed, and now our goal last week, Eric, when we said that, we said we wanted to reach 15.
We wanted to reach 15. Not quite there. We
Ah.
had 13.5, you said?
Yeah.
And we're at 13,955. So almost 14. So
Okay.
We're shy by 1,000,
Okay.
our goal.
All right.
All
Well,
right. Well, you know what? That's on you.
maybe next week.
Maybe next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So help us out. Spread the word. Let other people know about what we're doing too. Send them a link.
Send them a link. If you asked me to send you a link, I'd be like, "What in the hell?
What are you talking about?
Are you kidding me? Send you a link? I'll send you a link, all right."
Yeah, all right. Well, let me for you at home who don't know how to send a link. Below our video, you'll see a little share button. Click that share button. And you could send it in an email.
Anybody
could
you
get a
want.
Link. That's right. You could post it on social media. That's the best way to share us. Like, subscribe, post it on social media, comment.
And then right about now, you're going to see that thing on the bottom of your screen that impressed me so much. What's that called, Eric? The little
I don't
like,
even know what it's called.
subscribe,
The
and
like, subscribe thing.
the like, subscribe, and bell thing
Yeah.
is kind of weird because if you like and if you subscribe,
Mhm.
the bell thing happens automatically.
It does not. You have to click the bell. So click the bell.
Wait a minute. Okay,
All
explain
right.
this to me.
All right. So you like a video, you're showing your love. You subscribe to us, which means, it'll show up on your feed or whatever on YouTube. But if you click that bell, you get a notification every time we drop a new video. So
Gotcha.
you don't forget.
Gotcha.
Yep. And that's the key.
Okay.
Yeah. But show us some love.
Is that the key, or is just subscribing the key?
Well, I think liking and subscribing. But if you want to stay up to date on what we're talking about, click that bell. That way you're notified.
You'll be sure not to miss it.
You got it.
Okay.
Yep.
Dudes, like, subscribe, notification,
That's right.
the bell. All right, are we all done for today? How many minutes did we go today, Eric?
Yeah, we're looking at 44 right now.
All right, good.
And the board's still working.
Nice.
Yeah.
We bought a brand new set of boards and all this stuff, and then that board has been crapping out. It's happened twice to us so far, so I don't know what's going on. But now, you checked, you did a bunch of stuff, right?
Everything seems fine now.
Yeah, and updates and all that stuff and all that. Yeah, so
Fingers crossed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's been real. Thank you so much for watching, and go man do. Go man do.
Love it.
Eric, we talked about everything. Okay,
We did. That was great.
Reddington Library, mild-mannered Eric.
That's me.
That's you.